My name is Noel, and I have lived at Yarrbat Place for 14 and a half years. Yeah, for 15 years I was a primary school music teacher in a private school, and for another 15 years I worked as an interviewer for the Australian Bureau of Statistics. Not many people get to do two things that they really enjoy in a lifetime, and I feel very lucky that I was given the chance to do it. Oh, my hobbies have always been reading and cooking, socialising. I attend the theatre, and I attend Melbourne Symphony Orchestra and Australian Chamber Orchestra concerts. And so it's theatre and the arts are really my life, my hobbies. Yes, being able to follow all my hobbies in retirement has been a great joy. I started thinking about retirement when I moved in here, because I was still working when I moved in here. The Bureau of Statistics put in a dedicated phone line for me, and a lot of my work was at after hours between 5 and 8 o'clock at night, and it just spoilt all the fun of living here. You can still work and use this as a place that you're then going to retire gracefully in, because you've done all the work. You've chosen the place and you don't have to move again. I went to my accountant and he said, "Are you always going to stay in your house?" And I said, "No, but I don't know what to do." And he said, "Well, I will recommend you to someone." And he recommended me to a lady who had a business called Retirement Life Solutions. She helped me sell my house, and she showed me around to all the local retirement villages. I wasn't very enthusiastic, but she said there were lots of lovely ones around and I should go and have a look at them. And she wasn't biased. She just took me around to everything she thought might appeal, and if it didn't, she had someone somewhere else to take me. But after I'd had a look around, it piqued my interest, and I decided it was worth investigating. And I got to Yarrbat Place, and that's when it clicked. It settled my mind when I was moving in to have the accountant recommend this lady who took me around, because he seemed to think it was feasible as well. And I think anyone who's thinking of moving in here does need financial advice as well. Well, what made me choose Yarrbat Place was that it was relatively new and there were lots of friendly people here. I met them in a couple of visits, and I think that settled it for me, that it was a small place and I would get to know most people, and they were all friendly. The people who live here are quite a mixture. You're never going to have 50 people here or 60 people here who are your best friends, but they're all friendly and we all get along very well together, and you can have as much or as little companionship as you wish. A typical weekday is lots of activity, joining people for morning coffee, often on 3 days a week, or attending one of the classes. I like yoga. It's a weekly pleasure. There's swimming, aqua aerobics, and there's gentle exercise for older people as well. And you can join us in as many or as few of those as you wish. We have fun at the weekend when there is no management on the set, and we do tend to let our hair down a little bit at social functions. But that's fine. Nobody does anything damaging, and everyone cleans up after the mess they make.
Any gossips you want to tell us about?
No. My lips are sealed.
Very good.
The good thing about moving in here, into Yarrbat Place, was that I could bring most of my furniture and precious pieces with me, including a lovely wooden statue which came from somewhere, maybe Indonesia, I can't remember where, and is very old and very valuable. This space of mine I like it because it has plenty of room for me to have visitors overnight. I have had people stay the night over in my spare rooms. It has room for all my books. in the study. It has a wonderful kitchen. Even though it's small, it has everything you could need in the kitchen as well. So it's a very livable space. Now, I would describe the community here as a very vibrant community, full of people who are very different yet get along very well together. I thoroughly recommend it. For anyone who's considering moving into Yarrbat Place, I'd definitely say give it a go because it's lots of fun.